Hello, this is Danielle Yawowiecka with the BBC News. Leaders at the G7 summit in southern England have reached a broad consensus on a plan to finance infrastructure projects in the developing world to counter China's influence. President Biden said he wanted it to be a higher quality alternative to China's Belt and Road Initiative. On Sunday, the leaders will turn their attention to the climate crisis before issuing a closing declaration. Vicky Young reports.
The most picturesque of locations, an aerial display from the Red Arrows, receptions with the royal family. The UK has deployed all the assets at its disposal for this summit. Even the weather played its part. But these leaders will be judged on whether they've delivered on the things that matter. The joint statement published at the end of this summit will tell us how much they've been able to achieve. Downing Street insists there's been real progress on international cooperation on COVID. America and Britain promising 600 million vaccine doses for poorer countries.
Artillery attacks on a hospital and residential area in the northern Syrian city of Afrin have killed at least 13 people and wounded dozens of others. Sophie Glass-Ryan reports.
Video footage taken of the aftermath of the attacks on Afrin showed bodies lying among the ruins of the Al-Shifa hospital and aid workers picking their way through the rubble. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the dead included a doctor, 3 hospital staff and 2 children. The city is held by Turkish-backed rebels, and Ankara has been quick to condemn the shelling, blaming it on the Syrian Kurdish YPG militia. However, the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces, which is led by the YPG, has denied any involvement.
The doctor of the Danish football team has said the midfielder Christian Eriksen received life-saving cardiac massage treatment on the pitch after collapsing during the European Championship match against Finland. Morten Boesen said although Eriksen initially had a pulse, that changed and medics had to battle to bring him back. Here's John Watson.
The former Tottenham Hotspur player was immediately transferred to hospital, the Danish FA confirming he was awake and would remain in hospital for further examination. It evoked memories of Fabrice Muamba, the former Bolton Wanderers player who suffered a cardiac arrest on the pitch against Tottenham in an FA Cup tie in 2012. Whilst he went on to make a full recovery, it ended his playing career, and he's since campaigned for additional heart screening amongst current players. Eriksen was able to speak to his teammates from hospital, and a request was made for the game to resume.
About 2,000 people have staged another demonstration outside the Jerusalem residence of Benjamin Netanyahu on the eve of a vote in Parliament that could end Israel's longest-serving Prime Minister's term in office. The crowd sang Bibi Ciao in celebration after nearly a year of rallies demanding his departure. BBC World News. Algerians appear mostly to have shunned a parliamentary election denounced by opponents of the government as a charade. The election authority reported that just over 30% of voters had cast their ballots. The poor attendance is part of a trend that saw historically low turnouts at the 2 previous elections, spurred on by a call for a boycott by the Hirak protest movement. A 6th round of talks to resurrect the 2015 Iran nuclear deal is underway in the Austrian capital Vienna, with the European Union calling discussions intense. Iranian officials met representatives from China, France, Germany, the EU and Britain, but will not hold face-to-face talks with the United States. China's envoy said the main sticking point remained the US sanctions imposed on Tehran by the former administration 3 years ago. Police in Brazil say they have killed Wellington Braga, the leader of one of Rio de Janeiro's biggest militias and one of the most wanted criminals in the country. He was shot as he tried to escape from his wife's house in the west of Rio. The militia he commanded, known as the Justice League, is believed to be involved in drug trafficking and extortion. Rio's governor, Claudio Castro, congratulated the police on their operation. A seat on Blue Origin's rocket, which is owned by the Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, has been sold at auction for $28 million. David Willis reports from Los Angeles.
The winner's identity has yet to be revealed, but their $28 million donation buys them a seat alongside the world's richest man on his Blue Origin spacecraft for its maiden voyage beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Blue Origin is hailing the sightseeing trip, which is due to take place on the 20th of July, as a landmark moment in commercial space travel. Funds raised from the Blue Origin auction are being donated to charity.
That's the latest BBC News.